Just one or two people. Again, how's the Josh today on day 2? I guess you all are not up yet. Good morning. Welcome to the 50th Rashtriya Bal Vaigyanik Pradarshani 2023. Let's do a quick mic check. Let's do a quick 1-minute game to wake you up. Are all the students here? Most of them are here. I still see some people hovering in the exhibit area. May I request you all? I know you cannot hear me here, but somebody, could you please go and bring them here, call them here. Our science talk is going to start in 5 minutes. Let's do a quick 1-minute game to wake you up and warm you up and alert your minds so that we can take as much information as our esteemed guest is about to give us. I am going to say a number and you have to clap that many number of times. 1, 2, 3. No clap. Okay, not everybody is up yet. Again, 1, 4, 5, 3. No clap. Okay, I think everybody is up now. So welcome on day 2 of our Pradarshani 2023. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, whose mission is to motivate young potential students to study sciences. Please put your hands together for Mr. Arvind Natu. Mr. Arvind Natu has been a senior scientist for over 40 years at NCL, National Chemical Laboratory, and ICER, Indian Institute for Science and Education Research in India. He has carried on his research and served in pharmaceutical industries in Germany and many other countries, including India. He was involved in conceptualizing, planning, and execution of ICER Pune project and ICER Tirupati of MHRD, Government of India. He has teaching experience at master's and PhD level in India and abroad, and involved in Indo-German collaborative activities in science, education, and technology. He is a German research ambassador since 2007 and awarded the Cross Order of Merit, the highest civilian award for foreigners by the German president. We are very pleased to have you here, sir. May I request Kamla Devi Aute, Deputy Director, SCERT Pune, Dr. A.S. Sawant, Assistant Commissioner, NVS, Sona Seth, Assistant Deputy Commissioner, KVS, and Dr. A.S. Sawant to please welcome and felicitate our esteemed speaker. Mic check. Thank you, dear dignitaries. Yes. May I please request Mr. Arvind Natu, sir, to share your thoughts with us and enlighten these young, impressionable, but smart minds. Yes. To who will give? Okay. May I please request Mrs. Kamla Devi Aute, ma'am, to welcome Sona Seth, madam. Thank you again. Without further ado, young scientist friends, I hope you are ready to soak in all the information that our esteemed speaker today has for us. Thank you. Welcome, Mr. Natu.
Good morning. I hope there are students. I can't see properly. Anyhow, good morning to you. Today, what I'm going to do is to talk about what is the research and all other things in a very, very storytelling way, because I know that if I try to bore you with research and words, things will be very bad. Anyhow, we'll start. Can you start the first slide? Okay. Here is my title, What We Learn from Nature. My name is Dr. Natu and I am working ISER Pune. This is my mail ID and you can visit me anytime. Next. Next. Yeah, when I talk to the student of the 10th standard, and the first thing that when it comes to them, when they receive the first thing they will do, ask what you want to do. Correct? What you want to do after 10th or 11th or 12th or whatever it is. There are two ways of looking at it. The bottom way is the research, where the boy is really engaging himself in a research and ask the question next. Go back. Bottom picture shows a boy is engaged in a research in a very anxious way. And he's asking a question, how? His anxiety is there, is how. And top is the engineering, where you don't have to ask how, only you have to reply anyhow. This difference between how and anyhow is the difference between basic sciences and engineering, which is the favor of the day. 90% of the students tell me that they would like to do engineering, especially computer engineering. If I ask them to write about 10 lines what is computer engineering, they will not be able to write. Then I ask them, for buying a t-shirt or a dress, you search minimum 10 shops. Can you not talk for your career, the third alternative besides engineering and medical? And when we say about the basic sciences, it essentially means research. When I say research, सबके पेट में गोला आ जाता है, बोलते हैं ये अपने से नहीं होगा भाई, ये सब लंदन पेरिस वगैरह के लोगों का है. मैं अभी आपको इन नेक्स्ट फ्यू स्लाइड्स मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा रिसर्च करना कितना आसान है और आप कैसे रिसर्च कर सकते हैं छोटी छोटी चीज़ों के लिए आपने अगर ध्यान दिया तो. नेक्स्ट आई डोंट वांट टू गो इनटू दैट. नेक्स्ट एक मिनट. ये जो हमारी बॉडी है, द बॉडी is a really miracle of research or nature. In my body, at the same time, more than 3,000 of reactions are going on. It is not possible for anybody to carry the 3,000 reactions simultaneously. Next. Correct. Now, if I tell you, I'll tell you now a few stories or the few examples what we really learn from nature, and I would like to simplify the definition of research about which you have थोड़ा सा मन में डर लगता है research word के, तो कैसा नीचे चला जाए ये मैं देखूं. ये एक जेंटलमैन है, स्विट्जरलैंड के हैं, घूमने जाते हैं सुबह रोज. नेक्स्ट. और अपने कुत्ते को लेके जाते हैं, कुत्ते को लेके जाते हैं और वापिस जब आते हैं. नेक्स्ट. ये जो दिखता है आपको यहाँ, अनफॉर्चुनेटली आई डोंट हैव पॉइंटर, बट उसके ऊपर जो ग्रास दिखता है वो निकालने के बहुत तकलीफ होती है. There's a lot of problem if you try to remove it. So then this is happening all the time. This must be happening everywhere. आपके गांव में, विलेज में, सब जगह ये होता है. लेकिन हम आपको उसको कुछ नहीं देखते हैं. लेकिन बिलीव मी, ये आदमी ने ये देखा, और देखा क्या है, ये जैसे दिखता है वैसा हुक्स है. और ये हुक्स जो है वो कुत्ते के चमड़ी में जाके बैठते हैं. एंड देन देयर इज अ, यू कैन नॉट रिमूव इट, there can be a blood. This is everyday experience in India. Have you learned anything from them? No. But somebody learned, ask the questions, how, why not, and try to get the answer. Next. So ये देखो, ये जैसे हुक्स दिखते हैं आपको, एक आदमी ने ऐसे सोचा, वो साइंटिस्ट नहीं था, मैं बोलता हूँ वो साइंटिस्ट नहीं है, फिर भी उसने सोचा चलो इसका कुछ उपयोग किया जाए. How they used it is very simple. They make 2 strips of polymer or a nylon. एक ये जैसे हुक्स है वैसा, और दूसरा एकदम सॉफ्ट, जैसे डॉग्स का स्किन होता है वैसे. And they try to match it. And when they match, they realize they stick very well. And that is the original of one of the biggest technology that you will see now in next slide. Next. He made these 2 straps, one hook and one this thing, and this is our well famous next Velcro that we use in day-to-day life. We do use for shoes, everywhere we use Velcro, but the origin is inspired by nature. So nature has given me all this. Okay? He was a gentleman, he didn't take patent on that. He thought, let the people use it, चलो लोगों को use करने. ऐसे बहुत शास्त्रज्ञ हैं. पहले शास्त्रज्ञ थे रियोंगटन, विलियम रियोंगटन, पहले नोबेल प्राइज विनर. He won the Nobel Prize, first Nobel Prize for his research in X-ray. अभी research in X-ray है. He also doing patent and he used it for anywhere else. So the lesson is, if you see something obscure in nature, try to observe it, ask the question, and try to solve that. That becomes your research. Very simple definition. Next. This is a shark, runs very fast. Although being bulky like me, runs very fast. He runs near the surface of the water. That is a very important thing. ये क्यों होता है ऐसे? एक दफा क्या हो गया, एक लंदन में नेचुरल हिस्ट्री म्यूजियम में एक आदमी गया था देखने के लिए. आदमी, शास्त्रज्ञ नहीं. किसी म्यूजियम में आप भारत में जाइए तो पहले बोर्ड क्या होता है, डोंट टच द ऑब्जेक्ट्स, हाथ लगाना मना है. ये लंदन हिस्ट्री म्यूजियम में ऐसा है, इसमें लिखा है प्लीज टच द ऑब्जेक्ट, फील देम एंड एंजॉय. तो ऐसा एक आदमी ने किया, ये शार्क के ऊपर गया. शार्क देखा उसने, उसको हाथ लगाया. हाथ लगाने के लिए देन यू गॉट द सरफेस ऑफ द स्किन of the shark like this. And then they realized, because of this obscure skin, shark can run fast. And it can run just below the surface of the water so that it can pick up oxygen and come back and go. एक आदमी के मन में ऐसा विचार. नेक्स्ट. एक आदमी के मन में ऐसा ये थॉट आया कि अगर ऐसा है तो ये जो स्किन स्ट्रक्चर है उसके जैसे हम एक ड्रेस बनाते हैं और वो ड्रेस आदमी को देते हैं और देखेंगे ये जैसे शार्क जैसे जोरों से चलता है. So this was developed with the help of scientists at the Natural History Museum, and it composed of nylon and polyurethane. They made nice dress out of it. How it looks, Next. Next. Who is he? He is Mark Phelps, and the dress name is Laser O suit. Mark Phelps got 24 gold medals in swimming in Beijing Olympics and other Olympics. India's total tally is not 20. So, somebody observed something from the nature and tried to use it. Now this has gone to such an extent. Next. They have made now the computational fluid dynamics, how the shows your fascination about the computer engineering. Next. अपने दो एग्जाम्पल देखे, एक देखा वेल्क्रो का और दूसरा देखा लेजर वो शूट. अभी ये लेजर स्पीड जो ड्रेस दिखाया, nobody uses that because it is very expensive. It takes 5 hours to wear it, and you cannot wear it for more than 3 times. So our whole Olympic budget will go into that. So now no more it is used. But what is very important, you observe something in the nature, ask the question why not, and so on, and that gives you your research problem or something, finding out something new. Next. This is our small engine, and just a minute. This is a small engine, runs up to 30 kilometers. Now nobody sees this. Second engine is electrical or diesel engine, which has a flat nose. Whole purpose of designing this engine is only one, is to avoid the air resistance that is coming. So when this engine was tried, people wanted bullet trains. So they tried for bullet trains. What happened? Only one thing happened. What is that? It cannot go fast. At the same time, it cannot pass through a tunnel. When it passed through a tunnel from one medium to the other media, it really explodes. There is a boom, and that Shinkansen boom was so horrible that they were unable to hear. So they said, nothing doing, we had to find a new structure or the new design of the engine. When they designed the engine, which you see at the bottom, in this shape, how they designed, how they knew that we had to come to this design. They went back to the nature and find out a bird called kingfisher. Can you see this bird, kingfisher? He has 2 properties. Next. He has 2 properties. One, it flies so fast in the sky, number 1. And number 2, very important, that when it enters from one medium to the other media, it doesn't make any sound. This is what we wanted. So I have shown you a picture here. You can see it here. Other birds, when they come here to eat the fish, from one media to the other media, they make bud 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 sound. Come to the kingfisher. He comes very swiftly, doesn't make any noise, and eats his fish. So these 2 properties are met by the kingfisher, and hence the kingfisher beak is completely copied down to the bullet train. Simple research, simple observation of nature has led to bigger technologies. Okay? So this is the lesson or the things that I want to stress on your mind. Next. Name is Bond. I'm not going to talk of James Bond. I'm going to talk of bond between the 2 furniture layers. Can you see this? Yeah, we should have some stick. Do you have some stick to show? These are the layers. Can you see these layers? These layers are to be stuck any furniture, plywood are to be stuck. It is stuck by this one called formalin or the formaldehyde, which produces cancer. So worldwide, there is a research going on what should be used. There's a gentleman called Kai Cheng Li, Oregon State University man, and he was worried. So he was once went for a trip at the bottom of the sea, and he saw these structures at the bottom of the sea. Wow, most of these structures are stuck by these these are the thread-like structure to the shell bottom. Then he thought, if they are sticking, why this thing should not stick furniture? So what he did, he copied these bias threads made in the lab and made it for furniture sticking, and that is now used as in the world called pure bond. Unfortunately, in India, it is still we use formalin and subjected to the cancer. Just think about it. अब तक के मेरे लेक्चर में आपने ऐसा सुना है कोई शार्क दिखता है, कोई और कुछ दिखता है, आप बोलेंगे हमने जिंदगी में कभी ऐसा नहीं देखा. Now I give you one example, which is very, very simple example. Okay? And this example happened in everybody's life. What is that? Everybody must have been fallen down from bicycle during play, during its childhood. Agreed? क्या होता है? घुटना फूट जाता है और बहुत सा खून बहता है और बाद में ठीक हो जाता है. एक सिंपल प्रोसेस है, लेकिन आपने कभी ये देखा है क्या होता है इसमें? चलो देखते हैं क्या होता है उसमें. ये देखिए, ये अपना रेड ब्लड सेल्स है, वो सब बाहर आया हुआ. देखा आपने? बहुत सब बाहर आया है. एंड देन RBCs get this thing, and then you get a blood clot. सील हो जाता है. यहाँ से यहाँ मैसेज जाता है नैनो सेकंड में, फिर भी ऊपर से सब ऑर्डर आके यहाँ प्लम्बर सील कर देता है. ये कुछ सब चीज़ें कुछ मिनट में होती है. हमें मालूम है, सबको मालूम है, लेकिन हमने कभी इसके ऊपर सोचा नहीं, कहीं क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछा है कि भाई ये क्यों होता है, why it happens. But one fellow did that and realized this is how it looks, the clot. इसका ये बड़ा चित्र है, ये देख रहे हैं आप, ये जो threads है सब, these are activated platelets, and because of that वो चिपक जाता है, सील हो जाता है. ये प्रॉपर्टी आपको सबको मालूम है, आपके घर में हुआ है, ग्राउंड में हुआ है, लेकिन हमने कभी उसका यूज करना नहीं सीखा है. Nature has given us, but we never thought. But one fellow thought of using this technology, and now this is $1 billion saving technology. क्या टेक्नोलॉजी है? ये जो प्लेटलेट्स है वो लैब में बनाए गए हैं. अभी कहाँ बनाए गए? जर्मनी से रशिया का 6,000 किलोमीटर प्लेन. ये जो अभी आप यूक्रेन वगैरह देख रहे हैं ना लड़ाई, वो पेट्रोल की है. अगर और उसमें आउट ऑफ द 6,000, 2,000 is below the sea. Now can you imagine if there is a leak, what will happen? So our friends platelet, they came to our rescue, and you can see the platelets are injected inside the pipelines. So if there is some leakage, it will automatically go and seal. The petroleum loss in 6,000 kilometers is just 2%, whereas our losses are more than 16%. Can you imagine? So there are several examples, and I'm giving you examples only which are practically used in the day-to-day use, and where the technologies have been also developed. Okay. So, because of the time slot, I would like to drop some of them, and perhaps this is one of them. Okay, let's come to tear of lotus. आपने कमल का पत्ता सबने देखा है. From 5th standard to 11th standard, there will be 2 marks question called give reasons why there is no water on lotus leaf. And then there is a standard answer. But we are never bothered to see the lotus leaf. Although they are around, nobody brings them into the class and are shown to the students. And then they'll observe one more thing, that not only it doesn't gather water, but it doesn't gather also the dust. साफ सुथरा रहता है. क्यों ऐसा होता है? आपके मन में ये क्वेश्चन आना चाहिए, ये ऐसा क्यों होता है भाई? And then they realize, one fellow tried to do this and has realized that the structure of the surface of the lotus leaf is like this, and it's not plain and smooth. If this is suppose the dust, this is water. If this would have been smooth, ye aise jaake, this water would have come out, but the dust would have remained. But since this is not plain, smooth, when the water droplet comes, due to centrifugal force, it goes and brings all the dust along with that and cleans this. If I get a time, I have a number of videos. Sato Corporation in Germany has done this, where this is used. You can see it. This is used in the paints from lotus to lotusan, where if you apply this paint, this is a self-cleaning paint, claimed to prevent algae, fungi, water, dust, everything. You don't have to bother. So for a lazy man like me, lotusan is really a great thing. So, I don't want to go into details of this. Okay. Now we have seen several things which are around the nature. When we go out, when we come back, what happens, and so on and so forth. Now let us see some of the creatures that move around us. Okay? One of them is lizards. क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में चिपकली. One of them is lizard. When we look at lizard, the first explanation of the girls is, very dirty. But do you know what we can do, what we cannot do? Lizards can do it. Let's see what that. For example, lizards can go up, climb up the wall. Can we? No. Is there anybody why this happens? If you see this, it is because of this kind of paws, the hairy paws that it has. I don't want to go into details of this. You know why it is, and this is, there is a big science behind it, what I'm talking about. There is only one man who can walk up the wall. Who is that? Any guess? Spider-Man. No, there is one more gentleman. The Indian gentleman hai. Females like him once, and that is Shah Rukh Khan in film Badshah. But don't do that, because now this is Spider-Man, and this is called a gecko tape. What they do is, they make structure like lizard's paw, stick it to the shoe, and that with that you can walk. Don't try. Up till now, only success has been about the 10 kilo can go up using this gecko tape. I have a sample of gecko tape, by the way, and can climb up to 5 feet. Not more than that. So please don't try to put it. Shah Rukh Khan gets crores for this. Don't worry about it. So there are many things that science can do. Okay. Cockroaches. People feel cockroach. Again, same sound, E, when they look at the cockroaches. Okay? But cockroach has a unique property that nobody has. My feet height is about 160 centimeters. I cannot reduce it now. Cockroaches are the only creature in this world which can reduce its height. Let's see how. I don't want to, sorry, this is on in Marathi. I don't want to go into details. It says that if whatever is the height of you have, nobody can affect its on running. If you see this, if you see the cockroach moving inside the house, you try to hit them, it goes below the furniture. Where there is a slight, small slit, it reduces its height to half and goes. Can you reduce your height to half? No. Now this has been used and robots are prepared. I'll show you these robots also. These are the robots. Original height is about 75 mm and compressed height is 35 mm. Where they are used, you can see this robo passes sprawling when the velocity. This is in Marathi, don't worry about it, I'll tell you what it is. Now there is an earthquake and there is a lot of malba inside, where all debris, everything is there. And somebody is there inside. How you will detect? So they have prepared robots based on the cockroaches, which can reduce their height, go inside and detect it. I tell you, simple model of cockroach has helped and saved many lives, especially during Kilari and Mexico earthquake. So my dear friends, if you see something obscure, keep your eyes open. Something obscure, ask the question, why, when, how, and you will get a research paper, or you can develop a technology for the human being. I have several examples of this. Tiny insects. Insects are better model for the human robotics. Why? 4 properties. I cannot see beyond this. Insects can see in all the 360 directions. See in the night, insect can see. I cannot, I cannot fly and walk simultaneously. They can do so both things. So therefore, almost all robots, including drones, have been based on the structure of these tiny insects. I don't want to go into detail. There are several examples. So you can see here, ability to quickly adopt to changing environments. These are the tiny insects. And you can see here that actually drones or the robots developed based on this. You can see these robots very well everywhere. This is not only for dogs, but now drones are used for spying and all in defense equipment as well. Ants. Again, if you see ants, bad, no use, no. They teach us a lot of things. You just try to disturb their queue, and then what happens? They take a definite path and go away like this. So there are, not only this ants movement is an interesting thing, but it is very useful for them. How to go at the shorter route from A to B has to be learned from the ants. And this has been now successfully used in many courier companies like Blue Dart, DHL, where they would like to know how to go, find out alternative way from A to B. The logistics or the algorithm is developed from the ants movement. There are a number of scientists, including in India, who study ants movement for their lifetime. And they have found out several uses of this. I don't want to go into details of this. No, because there is no time to do that. Sunlight, everybody knows photosynthesis. Now, people are trying to mimic photosynthesis. I don't want to go into details, but you take the carbon dioxide, convert them to the oxygen, and then there is a, can we have artificial photosynthesis? There is something called Nocera leaf. It is an artificial leaf having some catalyst When the sunlight forms, it gets converted into energy. Now this is in the exponential state and produce energies continuously for 45 minutes without any fluctuation. That means you, just like a playing card, you put it on your table, connect it to your mobile. For 45 minutes, it will keep on charging. These kind of new things are coming up, which have the base of basic sciences or the basics of natures. I don't want to go on. I just check how much time. Okay. Now I'll squeeze this. Sorry, because of time, I need to drop this. Let's come to the last phase. What is this? You have a mobile, you are studying in the class, all of a sudden you see a beautiful picture which you like to go see in detail. You can't see it. You go out, stand in sunlight, try to see that. Nothing works, it's still black. So you curse and come back. Now there are new models where you can see the colors also during in the sunlight. There is no dark. And that idea has come from the wonderful colors of butterflies, colors and textures of this butterfly has given rise to number of technologies in mobile. There are more than 200 patents in last 2 or 3 years. So sooner you will be able to see nice pictures in this. My dear friends, especially the younger ones, what I told you is very, very simple way. You are walking, keep your eyes open, see something obscure in the nature that is going on. Once you see that, obscure what is going on, that you try to resolve, ask the questions, why not, when, how, and you will be able to give the best technology in the world which will you use for mankind. You are going from a house, you don't have to go out of the house. You are walking to the school, you see some beautiful flowers, ask them question, why? Why hibiscus flower has 4 different colors? These colors are due to what? So like that, if you keep on, I have hundreds of examples of this. I can keep on talking and give a talk on what we learn from nature anywhere in any of your schools in any state, which I have been doing for last 7 years. But remember, this anxiety, this to urge to know what to know, comes from these type of exhibitions. And I must be thankful to the organizer that they give me opportunity to see what it is. Okay, let's see what is there. I showed you in the first slide, when we started in 10,000 square feet. Now we are a sprawling building of more than 5 lakh square feet. Unfortunately, ICER visit is not there in your career prime table, but next time when you can get, if you want to visit ICER, you can visit it at any time by writing a suitable mail and seeking appointment. This is how it looks in the night. These are our classrooms, air conditioned, and everything is there except the old technology of blackboard or the green board and the chalk. We still use it. There's no alternative to that. This is our gate and the passion, and the vision is make ICER Pune as one of the institute of highest scientific caliber in terms of students and scientists. One sentence I would like to tell you about the ICER, because this is the time when you should have the idea. I'm not giving you any Google information. ICER is equivalent to IITs in basic science, run by the same law, regulations, everything. Number one. Number two, ICER believes in interdisciplinary subjects like biological mathematics, mathematical bioscience, mathematical molecular biophysics, and so on and so forth. And third, out of the 5 years after 12th, you have to spend 18 months of research. So these are the three. I can keep on giving lecture. I don't want to give it. And the result is our students are best. They shine in each and every areas of life. Not only we are not the manufacturer of scientists, but we bring the capabilities in the student, whether he goes for research, whether he goes for job, whether he goes for entrepreneurship, everything is possible. So, my dear friends, you go to the ICER website and you will be able to see that. And I would like to profusely thank you for listening. I am very sorry that I had to cut it short and not give you the full spectrum, but I think I was able to convince you or convey you one thing: keep your eyes open, see the obscure thing, ask the question, and that becomes. If any one of you or even 5% of you picked up this up, I'll consider this to be a success. My dear young friends, since 1930, we haven't got any Nobel Prize in this country. I hope you will take inspiration and try to march towards it at least, and that will be the golden day of the country. Thank you very much. Oh. Can I, in 5 minutes, just show few,
Sure.
2 or 3 cartoons?
Of course, sir.
So because I see them very serious. Okay? And when we are doing research, we need to kill animals. For one drug development, because I work in the drug area, you need to kill about more than 30,000 small, big animals. And we never treat animals with respect. Let's see, this is a cat. And it show leg, hands, or whatever is up when they look at the pistol. Is it the nature of the cat? No. But cat must have also seen the CID serial previously. And he knows if they are leave the pistol, you have to hands up. But that is not here nature. We ask them to act beyond their nature. Next. This is a crocodile, and with its grandson or granddaughter is sitting and asking, where is my mother? He shows mother is in the form of a purse because the crocodile leather is used for this. Then he asks, where is my father? Father is in the form of a shoe because the rich people use crocodile leather shoes, belts, and accessories. If my grandson or grandchild asks me, where is my father? And if I show him the shoe, perhaps he will beat me with the same. But crocodile cannot go because crocodile cannot speak, it really shed down the tears. These are the real crocodile tears. Next, frog legs. Legs of the frog is a delicacy in France and many European states. Nobody bothers what happened to the frogs here. You have seen them? They are coming in wheelchairs, some with the crutches. So tomorrow, if the frogs open a human restaurant and cut their legs and eat, and what will happen to the next? So you have to be very careful in behaving with the animals. Okay? Have the animals kept quiet? No. They have started taking revenges. How? We walk the zebra crossings. Zebras want human crossing. Animals will say, lie down, 20 of you. I would like to walk on that. So you must remember how we treat the animals. They have started already taking revenge. Revenge number 2, we use piggy bank to put the money. Okay? See the pigs, how happy the father and the son too. They have scratched a hole in the back of the human being. Look at this face and try to put money in this. How happy they are in the mood of revenge. And last one, I don't have to tell you. Thank you very much. I'm very happy. At least at the end, I could make you laugh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for ending on those moments of laughter. Sir, can I have the mic, please?
Are there any question answer session? I can take up 1 or 2 quick questions.
That's a
if
great
required.
idea.
Because I have still few minutes.
Young scientists of India, you have a chance here to ask this senior scientist your questions. Any questions?
Has anybody any question?
So,
if there are no questions,
could we pass on the mic to him? Do we have an extra mic?
I'll go down, I think. Please.
Excuse me, audience and honorable sir. Sir, only Nobel Prize is the...
Your name, please.
My name is G. Srinivas Rao.
Ah.
I'm a guide teacher from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Ongole,
Okay, very good.
Prakasham
please.
district of Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, please.
So my children brought here a model on piezoelectricity. Sir, if you don't mind, I want to ask this question.
Please.
Sir, only the Nobel Prize is the yardstick for the highest exhibition of human intelligence?
No, I got it. You mean to say if you get Nobel Prize, then only we have achieved the highest rank or something.
Yes, sir.
Is it? Yes. No, but in order to keep some measure, some aim, we need to keep it, isn't it? We cannot keep it halfway round. I don't say that only Nobel Prize are the genius, but all Nobel Prize are certainly genius. That is for true. So, we need to keep, for the children, I can't tell you, oh, keep on doing research. I need to give some aim, some footage, some aim. And that is the borderline. I never mean that only Nobel Prizes are winners, genius, but all Nobel Prizes are genius, but there are many, many more who couldn't make it. There are a number of Indian examples. For example, I can give you Professor G. N. Ramchandran from ISC Science. He has the pioneering efforts in protein configuration. Any textbook, you see his diagram, but he never made it. That is a different story.
As they say, aim
Yes,
for
sir.
the moon and you will land upon the tree, and aim for the tree and you will never fly off. I think it's
Thank
the
you,
same
sir.
example.
Okay.
Any more questions? And we can take questions in any language, be it English, Hindi
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
Marathi.
yeah.
Please, Marathi to nahi, prashna vichara. We have another question here. Could we pass the mic, please?
Here I am having the mic.
Where are you?
Ma'am, here.
Okay.
Okay, meanwhile, when
Yes.
it's not
Ah.
a question actually, I'm Dr. Vasundhara, I'm from Chandigarh, and I have my students with me. And in fact, yesterday in the evening only, we were discussing about this, that when we are observing the nature, all the technology is already hidden there. We just needed to understand and copy it rather in our lives. So I really like to thank Sir here to enlightening children in their level the same things. And it's really inspiring to hear from you about this. Thank you.
Thank you. I can keep on giving these kind of examples to just to motivate or initiate the youngsters to turn towards research.
Sir, good morning, sir. Myself, Jayant from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Ongole. Sir, I want to ask a question that belongs to biology. Sir, normally humans are made up of with cells, and normally walls and onions are also made up with cells. But why humans are able to think, why humans are able to talk, why they are not?
answer to this question will bring me Nobel Prize. To be frank enough, it is still not very clear.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Earlier, they were thought genomic sequencing will answer the question. Why this fellow cannot think, why this fellow has black color and all other things. They failed miserably. They could not connect. So there is a thought process going on. What are the body constituents that are responsible for this kind of thinking? But that is still not even answered 5% up till now.
Yes.
सर मराठीमध्ये प्रश्न विचारू का? हॅलो सर इकडे
Please.
मी संतोष बैरागी संगमनेर. जनरली आपण वर्गात शिकवताना मॅग्नेट जो आहे तो दक्षिण आणि उत्तर ध्रुव दाखवतो टांगल्यावर हे. मग आता जर इक्वेटरवर तो नेला किंवा एन पोलला जर नेला तर त्याची काय परिस्थिती होईल?
I think I am not a physicist, but I won't be able to answer. I'll put a counter question to this. That will answer your question. His question is, if you take magnet at the North Pole and South Pole and equator, what will happen, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I consider Earth to be a ball. I dig a complete hole inside this. Complete hole inside the structure and put a coin. Now you tell me where it will go. Will it go down? Will it go up? Will it stay at the equator?
Depending upon its weight and gravitation.
And do your homework and let me know. You answer on my email.
Okay. My second question is, मराठीतच विचारतो. समजा एखादी मृत शरीर आहे, डेड बॉडी आहे आणि ती मंगळावर जर ठेवली जिथं ऑक्सिजन नाहीये, मग त्या बॉडीचं विघटन होईल की आहे तशीच राहील?
कुठे?
मंगळावर जर
मंगळावर हे अजून जयंत नारळीकर यांना असं उमगलेलं नाही आहे. बिकॉज वेदर द लाईफ एक्झिस्ट ऑन मार्स ऑर नॉट, दिस इज येट टू बी प्रूव्ड. Just we are thinking of taking human beings who are alive to the Mars. We are yet to see what happened to a dead body in the Mars. But this is really thinkable, and whether it will be really damaged or not, nobody knows about it.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
I'm sorry I could not answer your single question.
Do we have time for any more questions, sir, or should we wrap?
Perhaps one question
One
I'll
last
take.
question.
Sir, my question is, I ask in
Who's this?
Marathi.
Can you put your hands on? Okay.
सर, जर प्लांट कार्बन डायऑक्साईड पासून ऑक्सिजन निर्माण करतात तर मग
कुठे कोण प्रश्न विचारताय मला दिसत
समोर
नाही
आहेत, sir.
हात वरती करा.
सर कॅमेराच्या इथे आहे समोर.
बोला.
जर झाडं कार्बन डायऑक्साईड
जरा मोठ्याने बोला.
सर, झाडं कार्बन डायऑक्साईडचं कन्व्हर्जन ऑक्सिजन मध्ये करतात, तर मग ह्युमन पण कार्बन डायऑक्साईडचं कन्व्हर्जन ऑक्सिजन मध्ये का नाही करू शकत?
कारण याचं कारण माणूस फोटोसिंथेसिस करू शकत नाही.
मग अशी काही
फोटोसिंथेसिस करण्याकरता ते हिमोग्लोबिन जे पानात असतं ना, ते कॅटॅलिटिक असावंच लागतं आणि त्याच्या साह्यानेच ही संबंध फोटोसिंथेसिस क्रिया होते. आपल्या शरीरात तशी होणे शक्यच नाही, कारण एक तर आपल्याकडे हिमोग्लोबिन नाही शरीरात, दुसरी गोष्ट म्हणजे आपल्या अंगावरती ते वरती पडतं, आत जात नाही, नाही का? आणि आपल्या शरीरातल्या सगळ्या प्रक्रिया या शरीराच्या आत होत असतात, म्हणून होऊ शकत.
मग सर, आपण असं एखादा आर्टिफिशियल त्याच्यासाठी इन्स्ट्रुमेंट बनवू शकतो का, जेणेकरून कार्बन डायऑक्साईडचं प्रमाण तर कमी करता येईल? पण
मला माझ्या कल्पनेत ॲज ऑन टुडे तसं नाही करू शकणार आपण.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We'll take one last question, please, from this young man here.
Yeah.
सर, मी जळगाववरून जयेश विस्पुते. मी माझा प्रोजेक्ट ॲल्गी पासून मी पेपर तयार केलेला आहे.
काय केलेलं आहे?
ॲल्गी पासून पेपर तयार केलेला आहे.
अल्गी पासून.
तर मला रिसर्च कंटिन्यू करून जर आयसर मध्ये जर ऍडमिशन मिळवायचंय तर मला शिक्षण काय करावं लागेल?
आपण आता काय करता? व्हॉट आर यू डुईंग करंटली?
मी आता 10th ला आहे.
10th आहे. डोंट वरी, नेक्स्ट 2 years you have to wait till 12th. You show up this thing and you will be able to do that.
थँक्यू. मला शिक्षण काय करावं लागेल पुढे?
You go to our website and you will find many opportunities there.
थँक्यू सर.
Okay.
Sir, one last question, please.
Really last question.
Yes, sir. सर, मैं विक्रम सिंह राठौड़ दानसा जालोर राजस्थान से बिलोंग करता हूँ. और मैं अपने स्टूडेंट लक्ष्मण गिरी पुष्पाल सिंह के साथ यहाँ पर प्रेजेंट हुआ हूँ। तो सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि अपन भारत में एक कोनोकार्पस नाम के आज पेड़ पौधे ज्यादा
Could you hold your mic a little farther away, please? Yeah.
ओके थैंक यू। कोनोकार्पस नाम के जो अपने वनस्पति बोते हैं पेड़ पौधे जो आजकल ज्यादा लगा रहे हैं कॉर्नोकार्पस, तो वो उसके बारे में भ्रांति ये है कि 24 आवर्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड छोड़ता है। क्या ये ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि कोई पौधा 24 आवर्स कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड छोड़े? कॉर्नोकार्पस के बारे में कई देशों में बैन भी लगाया जा चुका है। और
नहीं, you cannot do it because you mean to say can photosynthesis run for all 24/7, isn't it?
yes sir.
And night भी उल्टा न हो।
yes sir.
नहीं, मुश्किल है क्योंकि two important things, sunlight is mandatory for this conversion which is not available in the night time.
तो फिर उस पौधे पर कई देशों में बैन लगाया जा चुका है, उसका रीजन क्या हो सकता है सर?
क्योंकि it can convert the oxygen, carbon dioxide oxygen only in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight एक catalyst है जो पहली रिएक्शन शुरू करता है और वो नहीं है, इसलिए इनके एब्सेंस में नहीं कुछ हो सकेगा।
Okay, thank you sir.
I throw one idea to all the students. Everybody has done photosynthesis. Can you demonstrate photosynthesis in the lab by using simple means? Just think about it.
That's a challenge for you young minds. That will be all for today. We'll take no more questions
just one question
now. I think we don't have time for...
What is that? Okay, let's take really. I'll come down so that now it looks like that it's come to an really end.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm just Kirat from Chandigarh, and humans are carbon-based life, basically. So in the same way, human are carbon-based life.
Carbon-based?
Yes, sir.
Carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, oxygen?
No, sir. Carbon is the building block of the all organic life on Earth. Yeah.
Organic compounds.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So in the same way, in the future, when AI is more advanced, say when we implement AI with robotics, can we call that silicon-based life?
No. Because you can't change body constituent, number one. What you can change is different thing. For example, now for your example, silicon is also getting replaced again by carbon. Silicon, now they develop the chips using a material called graphene, which is an allotrope of carbon itself.
Yes, sir.
And which has more than 1,000 times capabilities of storage. So your chips will be further reduced. Okay? So when we are going from silicon to carbon, this Silicon Valley and all other things were applicable maybe 30 years back. Now it should be called Graphene Valleys, perhaps.
Thank you, sir.
Can't change it.
Thank you for your insights.
Okay. Thank you very
so much.
Okay.
May I please request Mr. Arvind Natu, sir, to come on the dais again?
Sir, I have a question.
May I invite... Bala, we don't have time for questions.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
You can write to mail to me and I'll see that within 24 hours it is replied.
I'm so sorry. I feel so sad for not letting him ask a question. But in the spirit of time, may I please request Honorable Sunita Farkia ma'am, HOD, Science and Mathematics Department, NCERT, New Delhi, to please come on stage and speak a few words about Mr. Arvind Natu. Also, may I request Honorable Tejaswini Arvekar ma'am, HOD Science Department, SCERT Pune, to please come on the dais. You are going to welcome you are going to present the vote of thanks. Also, may I request Dr. VP Singh, Head of Department, Educational Kids, to come on the stage, please. And may I request Honorable Dr. A.K. Srivastav, sir, designation, Assistant Professor, to come on the stage, please. May I request Honorable Kamala Devi Aute ma'am, Deputy Director, SCERT Pune, to come on the stage, please. And Dr. Belsare, ma'am. to come on the stage, please. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you so much for that amazing talk, Mr. Natu. You defined research for us in such simple terms, layman terms, and I hope all the young scientists and young minds of India have taken up, lapped up as much information as you could. May I request Honorable Sunita Farkia ma'am to speak a few words about Mr. Natu?
So respected Professor Arvind Natu, Professor VP Singh, Head DEK, from SCERT, Dr. Neha Belsare, Dr. Ashish Srivastav, and all teachers and students. I am really, in behalf of NCERT, I'm really thankful to Professor Arvind Natu, who has given so many messages during his talk. One very important message was observation skills. How we can develop our observation skills, and we have actually to develop observation skills. He has given in his talk that how the nature is helping developing technologies, and that is a very wonderful idea which he has given in his talk for us. He has given so many things like in his cartoons he has given a message that how we can save the environment, or how we are doing anthropological activities in the environment. So I'm very, very thankful to Professor Natu, Arvind Natu, that he has been with us for this very important popular talk, and definitely our students, they must have enjoyed, I'm sure, for this. I'm very, very thankful to Sir, Professor Natu, and now over to you, Tejaswini ji.
Thank you, Ms. Farkia. May I please request Honorable Tejaswini Arvekar ma'am to render the vote of thanks, please.
Good morning, everyone, and warm welcome of all the participants over here present here for the Rashtriya Bal Vaidyanik Pradarshani 2023 arranged by NCERT New Delhi and SCERT Pune. I am here for saying the few vote of thanks, saying vote of thanks. So a special thank to our chief speaker for the today's science talk, Dr. Arvind Natu sir, senior scientist from IISER Pune, for the valuable guidance for the science talk and interactive session. Your thoughts and suggestions inspire our child scientists, definitely, sir. Then I'm saying a few words of vote of thanks for the Dr. Sunita Farkia ma'am, Head, Department of Science and Mathematics, NCERT New Delhi, Dr. VP Singh sir, and Head, Department of Educational Kids, NCERT New Delhi, Dr. A.K. Srivastav sir, Assistant Professor, NCERT New Delhi, for their presence here and valuable guidance for arranging this Rashtriya Bal Vaidyanik Pradarshani 2023. I am also thankful on the behalf of SCERT and NCERT, all the participants present here attending this program, all the state coordinators, state officials from SCERT and NCERT, and all our beloved students as a child scientist. Thank you on the behalf of SCERT and NCERT. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Arvekar ma'am. Thank you, esteemed speaker and all the dignitaries. A quick housekeeping announcements, some quick housekeeping announcements. First of all, now the exhibitors could move to their stalls to man the exhibits. And all the children, जे काही मुलं पुण्यातून आलेत शाळेकडून exhibition बघायला, kindly make a line. एका लाईनीत जाऊन you can go to look at the exhibits. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you learn from them. I have one more last announcement before you leave the hall. Breakfast is going to be served from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow. We were a little late in starting our program today, which was not a very good idea because we had to wrap the talk early because there was not enough time to speak. I think we should have our breakfast and be here, be seated by 8:50 a.m. tomorrow so that we can start promptly on time and do what we are here for, learn as much as possible, hear as much as possible from these great people, eminent speakers, great researchers and scientists. So just keep that in mind. We'll have breakfast tomorrow from 8 to 8:45. The stalls will be, breakfast stalls will be closed at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So if you miss it, you won't get breakfast tomorrow. So let's be on time and start all the programs on time. Thank you so much. एक्झिबिशन बघायला आलेली जी मुलं आहेत एक 5 मिनिट तुम्ही प्लीज जिथे आहात तिथेच बसा. Exhibitors will go to their stalls and take some 5-10 minutes to warm up to start their stalls. तर 5 मिनिट इथेच बसून राहा आणि 5-10 मिनिटांनी कोणीतरी येईल तुमचे शिक्षक. Somebody will let you know to when you can start moving towards the exhibition. Thank you.